Well, good evening, everybody. So a lot's happened since the last time we've been here. Yeah, right? Um, Christian Walker today signing with the Houston Astros. Nolan Arenado blocking a trade to the Houston Astros. So, and some signings here, some signings there. There's still a lot more activity to be happening, to be need to happen. So, but we're hearing a lot of noise, particularly as it pertains to the Yankees. But if you've seen, by the way, happy holidays to all of you, first and foremost. Whatever you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, may it be happy, may it be merry. But my title here is, Cashman's playing the long game. That's what matters. You my take on it. Well, a couple days ago, a lot of folks were not wanting Christian Walker because he's an older player, right? 33 years old, and he's attached to a QO, which is one reason I didn't think they were going to sign him. And now people are blaming Cashman for not spending 3 years and $20 million per year for Christian Walker and letting him go to the Astros. Attacking that move, right? It is what it is. So now the long move, and this stuff that we didn't know yesterday that we do know today. Like, if you haven't heard, the Blue Jays are trading Bo Bichette now. So that opens up another option for the Yankees potentially at second base. In division, but opens up another option for the Yankees. Okay. Also hearing this Massey guy, Michael Massey from Kansas City Royals. Somebody's peddling on Twitter, and it's just kind of running around like wildfire right now. People don't even know about the guy. People are pushing Massey hard. Right? So why? I don't know. It's because they brought in Jonathan India, and they think he's going to replace him. I doubt it. This is a young, up-and-coming team. The Kansas City Royals. They're a budding contender. My guess they're going to continue to add pieces like this. One reason they traded for India, right? And traded the pitcher to the Reds for him. So, but the long game here too is, there's other folks, and a lot of us want the Yankees to pursue Kyle Tucker next year, right? The outfield. Let's break this down. If they sign somebody like Christian Walker or Pete Alonso or somebody like that for multiple years, then next year, Cody Bellinger doesn't opt out. Okay, and you want to get Kyle Tucker. And where are you going to move Cody Bellinger? Because you can't move him the first. Because we have a first baseman here for multiple years. Okay, and this is part of the long game in my view. Why Brian Cashman's doing this. They're probably going to go a little bit less expensive at first base, but you're not seeing a massive drop-off in production. And this is all due respect to Christian Walker. But since when did he become Lou Gehrig? When did he become Frank Thomas, right? He's good. But there isn't that much of a gap of production between him or Paul Goldschmidt or Carlos Santana, the other two guys that are being talked about right now in the Yankees universe, right? Paul Goldschmidt, yes, former MVP, I get it. He's an older player, as is Christian Walker, but he's also had a pretty solid year, and he also crushes lefties, right? He hits lefties extremely hard. And so that presents an option for the Yankees. He's also a pretty solid defender there, too. And maybe he could platoon with Ben Rice. Who knows? Right? And then you got Carlos Santana, a lefty version who also hits lefties well, right? Solid defender at first base. And neither one of them is a super gold glove elite defender like Christian Walker is. I get that. But the offensive production isn't that much. And the fact of the matter is, we have to replace production from Juan Soto and Gleyber Torres and Alex Verdugo. Offensive production. Okay, we brought in Cody Bellinger. That's a good start. Yes, they need 2 more bats. Okay, but I don't think it's going to be Pete Alonso. I don't think it's going to be Alex Bregman. And there's no guarantee that those guys are not going to start declining next year or the year after that. And what happens when that happens? They start declining and regressing, and we're like, damn, we need to go get a first baseman. We can't because we just locked these guys up for a bunch of years. Or what if we become second place to Roki Sasaki? And and then they say, well, if the Yankees were runner-up, they had a little bit more international money, they could have gotten them. Well, if we trade for a couple of these guys like Santander and Bregman, all those guys, we're forfeiting most of the international money we could be using towards Roki Sasaki. And the Yankees actually have a legitimate chance of potentially getting him. So obviously, this is part of the long game here. If you think about it, what's the bigger prize? Christian Walker, Roki Sasaki. People have been talking about Sasaki for a year, over a year, right? They haven't been talking about Christian Walker for a year. Okay, so that's the question I have, right? And now let's move to Yandy Diaz from Tampa Bay Rays. You got, obviously, I talked about this to Yandy Diaz and Brendan Lowe. Trade options as well. right, for first and second. And you have Nate Lowe and potentially Josh Young from Texas as first base and third base, allowing you to kind of interchangeably move Jazz Chisholm around. Well, Yandy Diaz is another one, right? He could play first this year. And then if Cody Bellinger happens to move on, opt out, he has a good year and he opts out, he doesn't come back. Let's just say that. Then you can move Jazz to second and move Yandy to third because he plays first and third. And if they want to go pursue or re-sign Bellinger, they can. If you want to go after this Japanese player, Murakami, sounds like they will. They can do that too. They'll have options for first base. And there's some other players that they might be able to pursue for first base too. So, I mean, this is part of the long game. Okay, and as much as people, I know a lot of people want a lot of these pieces, and a lot of these people, I deal with a lot of people, they're not, Hal's not George, and so on. Those are old talking points, okay? It doesn't need to be George. He does not need to be George, okay? Just like George is not Hal. So, but that's part of the long game to me. And I think about it, I mean, if you want Kyle Tucker here next year, then they're going to have to do some things here to free up some flexibility here financially. Okay, we do have money coming off the books the next 3 or 4 years consecutively, a lot of money coming off. But again, Tucker's not going to come cheap if he has a good year. And what if he becomes available at the trade deadline, right? And will the Yankees have enough pieces to get him? I have no idea. But if we lock up a first baseman, then how are we going to do that for multiple years? Where are we going to move Cody Bellinger? Because we can move him, we can move him to center field and move Tucker to left, but that means we have to trade Jason Dominguez. And I know people don't want that. So at some point, and this is where I would not want to be Brian Cashman or Hal right now. These are the decisions they're going to have to make, right? And as of right now, the Yankees have over a little bit over $6 million in international money. I do think if they trade Stroman or Trevino or Grisham in the next couple of weeks, they can try to trade for comp picks and international money. That might make it a little bit easier for them to sign a player attached to a qualifying offer. But every time you sign a player attached to a QO, it makes it harder to pursue somebody internationally. That's just the way that the relationship is between the two. I hope that changes in the next CBA, but we'll see, right? We'll see. So, but this is what we're hearing right now. Paul Goldschmidt, Carlos Santana. By the way, smack the like buttons, everybody. Smack the like buttons. If you're happy with this season so far, this offseason, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. They're not done yet, obviously, so nor do I think they should be. And yeah, I don't think Rizzo's coming back. I don't think Gleyber Torres is coming back. They're moving on from these guys. Would you take Gleyber Torres or Bo Bichette? If they can get Bo Bichette, or would you take him over Brandon Lowe from Tampa Bay if you can get Lowe, right? Those are the questions. Or would you take Gleyber Torres over Jazz at second if you had a chance of getting Josh Young for third? These are the questions to ask, right? And so, Arthur, why did you pass on Santana? Nate Lowe and Josh Young, yeah, of course, Schmidt, Praz, yeah, probably, Sean. But Praz and Pereira aren't starters anyway. And this is the other thing too, Sean. Like, if they happen to get Roki, let's just say, makes it easier to move Clark Schmidt, right? So that's just the way that it is. If you get Young and Josh Young and Nate Lowe, that's a huge get for the Yankees. Then you can move Jazz to first base. I'm sorry, second base. So, and honestly, I'd go right now. Goldschmidt, I mean, 22 home runs, has just under an 800 OPS. Okay, solid production. He mashes left. He's a future Hall of Famer, and you can get him on the cheap, the relative cheap, and he's not attached to a QO or anything. So, and he still has a lot in the tank, and he would not require multiple years. So, I don't think Manny Machado is an option. He's got 10 years left on his deal. I would steer clear of that. No way. If we get Roki and Bregman is still on the board, maybe, but only if we get Roki. Roki's got to be first. And this is like a sequential thing for the Yankees. Obviously, they're not going to sign a player attached to a qualifying offer until they find out what happens at Roki Sasaki. Not going to happen. Okay? And then I don't even know if they're going to sign a player attached to a QO afterward either. And we don't even know if these guys are going to be available. Alonso or Bregman, Santander. We don't know. Teoscar Hernandez. So But the two most, and Cashman has a tendency to be pretty good at multiplayer trades. And Diaz and Lowe from Tampa Bay is a good multiplayer trade, as is Lowe and Young. We just don't know if Young's available yet, but he's got 4 years of control. He's young. He's got some power potential. Lowe's a good defensive left-handed hitting first baseman, so you have your lefty there at first base, and you have your third base in which you can move Jazz to second, and your infield is so much better defensively all across the board. So, and Jazz is a plus defender at second base over third. So Devers not happening. No. Let's stay in reality here, folks. Like, it's highly doubted. Where did you see that, Anthony? Where did he say he wanted to play in the warmer weather? Or did you say somebody on Twitter say that? Because that's not really accurate. He didn't say that. I never heard him say that. His agent didn't say that either. Where did you hear him say that? All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Be sure to smack the like button, gang. We are close to Nootbaar. Like, look, if you can get Nootbaar or Brendan Donovan, I'm more willing to accept taking Nolan Arenado if we can get Nootbaar or Arenado with him. Because you can put Arenado at first base, and he's still got an elite glove. Okay, that's the only situation where I'd consider Arenado. He's blocked a trade to the Astros. I don't know if he'll block a trade to the Yankees. No idea. So that's a risk too, but it would have to come with a very strong piece with him. Okay, so wow, we are 44 subscribers away from 22K. So if anybody's not subbed to this channel, please do that right now. It's greatly appreciated. I want to try to hit 22K before the end of the year. We have a little more than a week left. But this is why. What's the hard pass on Santana, Eric? Why? His production sucks. What do you mean, Tom? How does he suck? How does he suck? Let's pull up here his production. Okay, this year, 23 homers, 71 ribbies, 124 hits. That doesn't suck. That's better than what Anthony Rizzo gave us. It's better what any first baseman has given us since Mark Teixeira. So, and he's a solid defender too. So how does he suck? CeeLo, what's good, brother? Ha-Seong Kim is another option in free agency. I hope he's healthy. I don't necessarily trust MLB Marathon or MLB Scoops. They keep saying they have sources, but they generally say sources. Yeah, I don't really. They're not my go-to. They're not my go-to, brother. Yeah, the Roki met with the Mets and the Yankees on Thursday. He's meeting with the Cubs, Dodgers. I'm not sure who else. So again, how does Santana suck? Because his stats say otherwise. And consistency too. And he's a consistent lefty bat. He profiles well at the left. He's got 324 career home runs, over 1,000 RBIs, OPS of 785. There's a lot of consistency there. So, I mean, I would not hesitate. Like, if they got Nate Lowe, sign me up for that. I'm fine with that. But I would not hesitate if they got Goldie or Santana. It's just so many folks acting like it's the end of the world, like Christian Walker was going to put us over the top in the World Series. It would have been good, but there's no guarantee there. And McMahon, thank you so much for 5 memberships. Thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate that super chat, bro. Really, really appreciate it. Roki's got to make a decision by January. I think it's the 22nd. The 15th is when he can start signing. That's when money gets reset. That's when the international signing period starts. So you'll see a lot of folks get signed internationally in that week. So you'll see a lot of that. 100 likes. All right, gang. Let's try to get to 200. So he does have. There's a 45-day timetable for Roki Sasaki. He got posted the first day of the winter meetings. So yeah, Santana again will not cost a lot. Neither will Goldschmidt. So who told you he's shot, Jenny Snow? His stats say otherwise. There's no rumors on Profile right now. I'm not hearing anything that should now, unfortunately. But some of these guys are gonna, like, Profar and Teoscar, they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait out the market, I think, a little bit. Santana, I don't think he would be hesitating to play for New York. I doubt it. So, have I seen drones over New York? No, I could care less if they fly over New York anyway. But no, I'm not really hung up on this drone thing. So, yeah, the Mets and the Yankees have both. They presented to Sasaki McMahon on Thursday, yesterday. So Goldschmidt wasn't good last year. Let's see. He had a slow start. Yes, he did, but 22 homers, 245, OPS 716. He's got a career 892 OPS, so he wasn't that bad last year. The second half of the season, his OPS was 800. So, and this is the first time this year, first time ever that he's had a slow half of a season. So, if if he's the guy on a short-term contract, then he's the guy on a short-term contract. No, and again, keep in mind too, next year there's people that want the Yankees to pursue Vlad Guerrero, first base, right? He's available next year too. So I know the Mets are going to pursue him. They've been trying to trade for him since the winter meetings. But if we sign somebody attached to a bunch of years, Guerrero's not happening. Okay. So, and Bichette, yeah, the reporting, I think it's Ken Rosenthal, the Blue Jays will be trading Bichette in the next week or two. So, yeah, they want a haul from him, there's no doubt. But he's got 1 year until he's a free agent. So, not as much as a Brendan Donovan or, one of these guys, Lars Nootbaar would cost. No. Dominguez in 2020, Jason Dominguez, center field. Doesn't make sense to play him anywhere else. Brandon Belt, I don't know. That's a good question too, Ethan. Is he still playing? Yeah. Yeah, well, if you want to go all in on Tucker, then I think gonna wait and see if Bellinger comes back. Because if he doesn't, then it's easier to make some decisions because then you'd have to replace him to a degree too. And if Bellinger has a good year, I expect him to opt out. Nootbaar is an attractive piece, yeah. Where do you play Bichette? Second base. We need a second baseman. Oh yeah, and you could probably lead him off or bat him second. You can lead off Jazz and bat Bichette second. So Brandon, always a pleasure, my man. Yeah, Mark. The price, it's gonna be not cheap. Not cheap. You think Dominguez is going to get traded this offseason since now? Traded for who do you think is going to get traded for? Because they would have to replace him in the outfield too. And who are they going to replace him with? That's the other question. They might. They've traded with the Yankees before. They might. I mean, again, in terms of clubhouse fit and so on and so forth, there's a lot of people that wanted to pursue him. But this is the thing. If we want people to pursue him, they want people to go after Tucker next year, they have to create flexibility to do that. And you sign somebody to multiple years at first base, not going to happen. We can't spend next year blaming Brian Cashman for that when we asked him to do it this year. All right? There's so many people just looking for a scapegoat. And so for some reason, Brian Cashman seems to be so many people's scapegoat. I don't know why. Right? So, yeah, Dominguez, this is Dominguez's opportunity here. If he stays healthy, this is his shot. Right? So, I agree too. I think Cashman's probably going to make a trade that we don't expect. I agree, Siciliano. No. Tucker's not very unlikely he gets traded at the deadline. So, well, you never know. And this is the thing too. They don't need to sign big names, right? You farm, nah. I wouldn't give up my farm for Bichette. He's not good enough to get a farm. I wouldn't even give him Jones or Dominguez. So Santander is attached to a QO, so I can't see that happening. Anybody that's attached to a QO is not happening until they figure out what's going on with Roki. It's just not happening. No. And so many people want them to get Roki Sasaki, right? Or at least go for Roki Sasaki. And again, if they don't get Roki, They're going to pivot hard and use that money internationally for other players. They'll get a whole bunch of guys. So Verdugo could be headed. It constantly Yeti. Could be headed to Miami. Could be headed to Oakland. And Oakland's got. They signed Gio Urshela last night. They got a bunch of Yankees, ex-Yankees. Miguel Andujar. They got Luis Severino now. So yeah, Cashman's receiving hate for not winning. What do you mean? What do you mean not winning? Yeah, exactly, Mark. We don't need stars in every position. We need the right fits in the position. The right fits. And stars aren't always the right fit. And again, I am win the World Series. Well, 29 other teams didn't win it either, Rory. It's not as easy as people think. There's a rumor Yankees trying to trade for Bohm. I don't know if this. I haven't heard that Yankeetown Bay, but it's a fit. Alec Bohm. Nick, man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate that. I mean, what would you give up for Bohm? He's got 2 years left before he's a free agent. We don't need multiple stars in the lineup. Yep. Well, is Steve Cohen getting hate from the Mets? They won a World Series in 38 years. Right? Oh, Ken, sign me up for that too. We need, I think, a good left-hander. If I had to ask for a Christmas present, it would be Tanner Scott. If you got Sasaki, then maybe you can package Schmidt for a Brendan Donovan or something like that, or a Newt Barr. That changes the game. That changes the game. Yep. He doesn't hit with enough power. He's got over 20 home runs almost. He's got 350 career home runs, Tom. What are you talking about? Doesn't hit with enough power. He's got 300 plus home runs. How much power do you need? Prozen, well, that's going to cost more than that. Bohm. Forget Bohm. But I mean, Bohm's he's an intriguing possibility. And Rory, your point is 1986 for the Mets. 1986. People just think it's so easy to win the World Series. Has any team been to more playoffs than the Yankees since 2009? Tanaka was here. Yeah. I idolized Tanaka, and I heard Tanaka was going to be at the presentation. I heard Matsui was going to be at the presentation. I haven't heard much details on it, but John Lee, thank you so much. Would I cross my mind if the Yankees trade for Max Muncy? No, that was proposed earlier this offseason. Depends on what they would give up for him. People mad at Cashman. Well, you have channels on YouTube that trash Cashman every single day with these pitiful talking points. So a lot of folks will ride the talking points instead of thinking for themselves, unfortunately. I'm not saying everybody here, but a lot of people do that. But there isn't a GM who has won more games than Brian Cashman. I mean, a GM no one's won more World Series than Cashman. So, at some point, like, they got to come up with new material. Yep. Trashes me. I don't trash you, Tom. Yeah, we haven't had a losing season since 92. 32 years. No other team can say that. The Yankee culture has been to speed up the game for over a decade, so we did not win. Where are you getting that talking point from? Can you explain that, Roy, with some details, please? Sounds like a talking point from someone else. Homer, walk, strikeout. That's why we're mad. Who's we, Rory? I'm not mad. Who's we? Arenado. I would only take Arenado if you can get Newbar and Donovan with him. But that's just me. I don't work for the Yankees, so. Do I see? I don't know, Mark. That's a good question. Moving the president and bringing in, just like Dave Dombrowski did with the Phillies, and brought in Don Mattingly's son as the new GM. So maybe Kim Eng was his assistant when he was earlier when he was a GM. So she's a good GM. Mm-hmm. Danny, the Yankees said that. Okay, don't try to put me on the spot, homie. Yankees said that. Jack Curry and all of them. They expected to not going to be at the meeting. Nah, I doubt Alvarez is going to get moved. And I don't think Bregman is out of the question for the Astros yet. I mean, they signed Christian Walker, but he's going to play first base, not third. They still need a third baseman. They do. So it's not out of the question. And they basically replaced Tucker's offense with Christian Walker's offense. So, Manuel, I think they should investigate for low end Yandy Diaz. Yeah, that would be a nice trade. Cashman going to start. Well, he just made 2 significant trades in the last week, John. So he's working on it. Good second base and third base. And I think that it sounds like they're all available in trades, Pete. That's what we're hearing. Yandy plays first and third base. He can also be a leadoff hitter for the Yankees, too. So. Roy, please. You gotta come up with better talking points. Humiliated by our fundamentals and the Mets. Humiliated by the Mets? What do you mean humiliated by the Mets? Please, please come. Please bring better talking points. Please. What channel is giving you these awful talking points? Or who on Twitter? Not as of now, Reggie, that we know, Brandon Donovan. Where did the Mets humiliate the Yankees? Where's reality? What's the reality? Where's the humiliation? Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, Seal. I don't know what the holdup is. I mean, it could be asking price. We don't know what the Rays are going to ask for, unfortunately, for Yandy and for Lowe. We just don't know. SGA Sports Talk. What's happening? King Cohen. He hasn't won a World Series. Calling him the king. 38 years and counting. Josh Naylor's another one that I maybe they're looking at too. I think he's got 1 year left before he's a free agent too. Yeah, I mean it might. I mean, obviously Goldie, you could just get him for cash, right? He's a free agent, so you know. Mets, yeah, the Mets pitching. I mean, they have to bring back Sean Manaea. They have to add another pitcher. So they have to bring back Pete Alonso. So, people are accusing the Yankees. Oh, they bring back Soto and get nothing besides them. Exactly what the Mets have done. Soto and nothing. Right? Oh yeah, Roderick Arias. Yes, no doubt about that, Gene. And maybe even like Oswald Peraza. 2 years left on it. Okay. Well, that's the thing, Greg. Depends on who they get in the trade. Who complements Jazz better? If they move Jazz to second, they got to get a good third baseman. If they keep Jazz at third, they got to get a good second baseman. So I think it's really what do you call it? Really depends on who they can get in the trade. Yeah. Well, Naylor's not going to come cheap. He'll definitely not come cheap. So no doubt about it. I don't know if they're going to trade anybody today. It's like the trading activity is slow right now. So, Ken, you and me both, man. Same thing here, Ken. We've talked about this. Yeah. Knowledge. You just subscribe to other channels' talking points, or somebody on Twitter's talking points. Yeah. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. It's embarrassing. Yeah. It's close, Mark. It's close. I think we have the best rotation in the American League. They have the best in the National League. So it's close. They're both very good rotations. But anybody who adds Roki Sasaki, might have a little bit of a step up there too. So we'll see. We will see. Profile is another one that people are talking about. It sounds like he wants a multi-year deal at probably close to $20 million per. So but he's not attached to a qualifying offer. So that could change things, but it really depends on what they do. They got Cody Bellinger here now. If they can somehow get a really good outfielder, then maybe they'll move Bellinger to first base, and that way we don't have to trade for a first baseman. But it sounds like he's going to play the outfield. So it really depends on what's available. Pressuring the talent to homer, Walker Stroll. Where are you getting this, Rory? Last decade? 2 people this year. First place and third place Rookie of the Year. Dominguez is coming. Rookie, Gold Glove and Anthony Volpe. What's the most? Do you even know? Can you even back up your talking points here, Rory? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do for Guerrero, or who knows. Yes, they are considering Tanner Scott. Manuel, yes, there they are. So, marginally, Rory, you can't see what? Your baloney, your talking points? You can't even explain your own talking points. And you kind of judge our ability as Yankees fans. Do you have any idea what planet are you living on? Nice. For Spencer Jones, Spencer Jones needs a little bit of time, Gene, I think, in AAA first before he gets a chance to come up. Yeah, and by the way, the Yankees are not the ones that invented the pitch clock. That's MLB. So that's across the board. It's not the Yankees. Mazzy, you gotta do what you gotta do, brother. Thank you. Yeah. Go back to the other channel with their propaganda, please. Yeah. Yeah, I know. No kidding. Yeah, I know. Pete, exactly. It's either first base or the infield, or second or third. We really don't know, Nick. Unless it's a combination, I'm not sure. Baptist, I didn't mute anybody. No. People disrespectful to people in here, they get muted. There's a rule that I've had since day one. You can disagree all you want. I'm not going to block you. You're an a-hole to people, you get blocked. It's that simple, Baptist. You got a problem with that, you move on. But I didn't mute it. I didn't mute Rory. Where I think gold deal. I mean, just offer them like $10 or $12 million and see which one takes it. Be my guess. So, I don't know, but I mean, it's going to cost a heck of a lot less than Christian Walker. I hope Christian Walker is worth it for those 3 years. But like, what happens if you sign him and then he starts regressing next year because of his age, right? And they're like, damn, now we can't pursue Kyle Tucker because we spent all this money here and so on and so forth. Like, because that's going to be, that's going to be the pivot point for a lot of fans, right? They'll blame Cashman for this and they're going to pivot to blame him for that. Even though we've asked him to do this, when he does it and it doesn't work out, we still blame him for what we asked him to do. It's kind of crazy. Absolutely crazy. Who are you talking to, Baptist? We don't MLB, but everybody sees it. We talk about the pitch clock all the time. So, is this your first thing here? Led to anger towards people like Cashman. Why does it lead to anger towards people like Cashman? Yeah, the King Cohen. I know. King Cohen. You haven't even been to a World Series. They call him the King already. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it sounds like, I think that's about right, Graham. Profar, about a 3 years, 18 to 20 mil. Thank you, Udall. Well, I mean, I think they're going to be, I mean, Wendell, I think they're going to make some smart moves now. Nobody's trading, John. It's not that easy. You can't just trade whenever you want. It has to line up with the other teams. How is that a good show? Baptist, I'm not muting anybody. So what are you talking about? If I mute you, you'll never come back. You won't be able to. What's sad is people like you coming up with these talking points and none of you can explain. That's sad. You bring that to this channel, the people in here are going to call you out on it. This is a real place, not a talking point channel. We deal in reality here all the time. We push people to expand their thoughts, okay? Some other channels who block people who disagree with them, who try to report people who call them out on it, right? Who trash people on a regular basis. Okay, we're not one of those places. We don't do that. But we're not going to tolerate it either. Walker did go to the Astros today, Wayne. Yes, sir, he did. Yep. Yeah, they could. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they do. First base, and obviously if they're going to go more less expensive at first base, I think they're going to try and be aggressive with trades. So the other question is where would Profar play? El Barbo, that's the other question. Yeah, major miss on. Yeah. Olsen was my pick for first base too, man. But Braves haven't won a World Series with him either, so there's that, unfortunately. Well, exactly. Soto wanted the money. It was his right to go get it. It's all right ahead. But if the Mets want to bow down to him to every wish, go right ahead. The Yankees weren't going to do that because they have more players they need to get. $269. Yeah, I mean, if they move Stroman, they'll have some more money to play with. And it sounds as if they're going to move him. CeeLo's not playing, man. Why not trade picks to offset for Walker? What do you mean? Or trade for picks? Well, yeah, it's not that easy. What team's going to give you draft picks just willingly? That's the other thing too. Like it takes two to tango. Can't Cashman just call and say, "I want these guys to send them over." It's not the way. That's not the way it works. Cashman just can't get whatever he wants whenever he wants. People seem to be under this impression that that's possible, and I know there's a channel who feeds this baloney to people on a regular basis. I would not do Teoscar Jeffrey on his. He would not be. Not only is he a terrible defender, but he'd be bad defensively for Jason Dominguez too. I think whoever they bring in, it's going to be Cody Bellinger because he's an elite glove, and he'll make Dominguez better. And I think that has to be part of it. Has to be part of it. If you can get international money and some compensatory picks for Stroman and even Grisham or Trevino, you got to do it. You can clear some of that money. It makes it easier to sign somebody with a QL. But they have to, they're still about $1 million behind some of the top teams at the top when it comes to international money. There are a couple teams that are over $7 million. The Yankees are at 6. The Dodgers are about 5. So that's just the way that it is right now. Oh, it'd be awesome if they got Sasaki. Kind of a pleasant surprise, that's for sure. I'm with you too, Consigliere. His skill set is better in the outfield. I'm with you there, Consigliere. You and me both, my friend. You're getting angry at Cashman doesn't do anything. He brought in Devin Williams, one of the best closers in the game, the lowest ERA in the last half decade. They brought in Max Fried, the lowest ERA for a starting pitcher in the last half decade, and they traded for Cody Bellinger. What team has done more so far, John? And there's 2 months left in the offseason. So what team has done more? Yeah. Not even critical thinkers can just use their let's just deal in facts and stop with other people's talking points, because these other channels' talking points suck. They're terrible. 149 likes. Keep hitting those likes, gang. Oh yeah, exactly, Graham too. Yeah, they always leave. Cashman likes to leave a little bit of wiggle room from the deadline. Yes, he does. So if you can get international money and compensatory picks, or just international money for Stroman, and you can clear that money, yeah, the Giants do need pitching, and they lost Snell. I mean, I know it sounds like they're still favorites on Corbin Burns, but it hasn't happened yet. But they still need, beyond Corbin Burns and Logan Webb, they still need more pitching. So Stroman to either Detroit or San Francisco seems to be a good fit. And Detroit's got a cavernous outfield. He's got a really good record in Detroit too. So that's another team that needs pitching to surround Tarek Skubal with. Why are you not high on Spencer Jones, El Bobo? Just out of curiosity. Well, exactly, Graham. Exactly. Everybody's waiting for the prices to drop, Tim. Yeah. Below would be, yeah. I mean, either low would be a good fit. I mean, there's a reason why Alonso hasn't signed yet. There's a reason why Bregman hasn't signed yet, right? Alonso turned down a 7-year deal for $23 million per. It was like 7 years, $161 million. I don't think he's going to get that much now. He turned that down from the Mets. This is what it is. Well, same here too, CeeLo. I'm rocking with critical thinking too. It's definitely preferred. Yeah, same thing too, man. I mean, they're probably working on some stuff, but we just don't know what it is, Mazza. But yeah, we have 6.2 million international money, Nettie. 6.2. The price to come down, Tommy, because he wants multiple years. And again, going back to what I said earlier, if people want Guerrero next year and you sign Profar first base for multiple years, no Guerrero. You want Murakami next year, no Murakami. You want, if you want to keep Bellinger and pursue Tucker, you're either going to keep Bellinger in the outfield and trade Dominguez, or you're going to try to move Bellinger to first base, which you won't be able to do if you sign somebody like Profar for multiple years. So these are the decisions that they have to make now that they're presented with, which I would not want to make them. So I don't blame them for taking their time. There's no rush for this anyway. What's the rush? All right? What's the rush? Well, hold on a second. Did the Yankees just make a trade? Oh, man. The Yankees just made a trade. They just traded Jose Trevino. Holy crap. Hold on here. Hold on. They're being aggressive right now for with the Rangers with Nate Lowe for a trade. Yeah, Jose Trevino just got traded to the Cincinnati Reds. Well, who's going to be the backup catcher now? NFE, there he is. What's up, brother? Dude, the Reds just got Jose Trevino. Wow. There goes the trade that people were asking about. There goes the trade. People were just asking about when's the Yankees going to make trades? When's Cashman's going to make trades? They just traded Trevino to the Reds. Oh, my God. Let's see what the return is. Do we even know what the return is? This is right from Jack Hurry. Yes Network. For reliever Fernando Cruz and catcher Alex Jackson. So they got a catcher and a reliever back. Catcher and a reliever back. Now let's check. Okay, Fernando Cruz. Let's check these guys out here. Fernando Cruz. Cruz Reds. Is he a major league reliever? He's older. He's 34 years old. Looks like he might be a long reliever. 109 strikeouts. Looks like it could be a project. Another long reliever, it looks like, which is good. Now let me check something here. Fernando Cruz Reds contract. And then we'll look at the catcher. Fernando Cruz. Yeah. He's got 4 years of control left. 4 years before he's a free agent. When I say Cashman's good for trading with guys with controllable years, here it is. Okay. Yeah. 4 years. He's 34, but he can strike out some guys here. So that's one. And the other one is who? Alex Jackson. Let's check him out. Alex. And Jose Trevino had 1 year of control left. Let's see here. John Heyman and Jack Carter reporting this. Alex Jackson, he doesn't have much of a profile here. He doesn't have much of a profile yet. But let's check out his contract. He could be a backup here. Doesn't say here. He's 28 years old, though. He's younger than Trevino. It's on MLBTradeRumors.com too. Well, look at that, man. Look at that. It's nice when people ask him, what's Cashman doing? He just made a trade. The last time we were live last week, he traded for Devin Williams. So, and then we were live when he traded for Cody Bellinger. So, yeah, Fernando Cruz and non-roster catcher Alex Jackson. So, there you go. Clear a roster spot. And now who knows if Alex Jackson's going to be the backup. I don't even know if he's going to be on the 40-man. The Yankees have 5 catchers on the 40-man, so one of those guys might be a catcher. All right. How much Trevino is going to make? I think almost $4 million. Jose Trevino, 2025 salary. Let's look it up here. He was going to make $3.6 million. 3.6 million. So again, they just saved a couple $1 million. Yeah, they're in heavy on Nate Lowe and the Rangers. I'm seeing that too. They're in heavy on Lowe. So I don't know if it's Lowe and some, but we'll see. We'll see. This could be a move that leads to other moves. You see those people, those 2 jerks that were muted? They could have been here to hear this, but no, they had to be a-holes. This is what happens. Karma. This is what happens. Why is it so hard to not be a dick? Anybody? Jack Curry, John Heyman. It's on MLBTradeRumors.com. It's kind of all over the place now, Cadzilla. Yeah, Tanner Scott will be a huge one. I mean, that's another trade. So the Yankees just cleared up payroll. Now if they move, I mean, Jose Trevino, he's going to go play for Tito in Cincinnati, so that's good for him. So we'll see what they do now. Now let's just pull up Nate Lowe's stats here. People are calling Carlos Santana bum at 23 home runs. Nate Lowe has 16. Consigliere, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. I'm not going live. You might be right, Consigliere. I might need to go live more often. Maybe Cashman will start making more trades. You had a good point, my friend. I appreciate you, man. Happy holidays to you, by the way, my friend. Yeah. 16 homers, 69 ribbies, 762 OPS, 265 batting average. So he's 29 years old. He's a lefty, and he's got 2 years of control left too. So, yeah, Jose Trevino just got traded to the Reds. Wow, look at that. Look at that. And you know what? Let's edit the title of this. Jose Trevino to Reds. There you go. Save changes. All right. Well, there you go. Boom, boom. Yeah, we were just talking about it, Tim. Just traded Trevino to the Reds, Tim. Just traded him to the Reds, baby. For a reliever and a catcher. They're saving a couple $1,000,000 on payroll, too. On their payroll. So 26 likes to get to 200. Let's try to get to 200 here. No. Nate Lowe, that's a good question. I mean, it depends. And if it's Nate Lowe by himself, Oswaldo Cabrera, another player. So if you get Nate Lowe and Josh Young, if you can possibly do that, and that's going to cost probably Oswaldo Cabrera, Roderick Arias, pitching prospect. The Rangers need some pitching, so you can send them some pitching too. That's my guess. Brief. It depends on if it's Lowe by himself or Lowe and Young. But we don't know if Young is available. We know, and I was talking to Hector and Grace yesterday. Grace Monroe from Morning Brew Sports, and she's a big Rangers fan. She's from Texas. Said that Young wants to be a Yankee. So, Buck Tucker Barn. They might sign a catcher. So, and I do agree, Tim. Cashman's always looking to make he improves around the margins a lot. Manny, I doubt they're going to trade DJ because he's a 5'10" player and he can waive any trade. I doubt it. I don't think he has any trade value, unfortunately, right now. So, Logan O'Hoppe is another one you're seeing. Ken Rosenthal proposed. I don't know if you heard this. I talked about it a while back. Ken Rosenthal proposed sending Nestor Cortez to the Angels for Logan O'Hoppe, and then moving either Austin Wells to first base or keeping Wells a catcher and moving O'Hoppe to first base. So O'Hoppe's an option too. I just don't know if he's available. But Nestor's now with the Brewers. They traded him to the Brewers for Devin Williams. So, yeah. Yeah, no kidding, Tim. Send DJ to the A's. Yeah. Yeah, Alvin. They traded Jose Trevino to the Reds. Yeah, it might cost something like that, Mazza. O'Hoppe? I don't know. Well, let's pull up Logan O'Hoppe's stats here. Logan O'Hoppe. O'Hoppe or Hoppe? I don't know how to pronounce it. 20 homers, batted .244 this year, 2.7 WAR. He's a righty, right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower, as a catcher. Let's pull up his contract here. Let's see what kind of control, if he has any controllable years here. Ohapi's contract. Here we go. Salaries and spot track. Ohapi's got 4 years left of control. 4 years of control, Ohapi. So the reliever that just got has 4 years of control. Yeah, it was a solid trade, Anthony. Yeah. And this is, it's a non-roster catcher. They can stockpile him and use him in other trades, so they can do something. But yeah, it's a solid trade. These are one under the radar trades. So Elias Diaz, he was with the Rockies. I think he might have with the Padres now. So yeah, and people keep saying the Yankees weren't doing anything. This is the fourth move that they've made now. So 3 of which are trades. 190 likes. All right, we need 10 more likes. Fernando Cruz. I don't know. And again, Fernando Cruz too, Cruz stats. Matt Blake has a tendency to make people better, right? So Cruz is a righty. Cruz is a right-handed reliever. 34 years old, 486. Yeah, he's got a career 452. He strikes out more than one batter an inning, so that's good as well. 109 Ks in 66 innings, so another strikeout guy. Steals. What's up, brother? I don't know if you heard. The Yankees just traded Jose Trevino to the Reds. Yeah. And that's a pretty big relief pitcher they got. And maybe it's another righty too. So maybe now they won't, since he has 4 years of control, they don't have to spend $12 million a year for Jeff Hoffman or Carlos Estevez now, right? Maybe they can use that money for Tanner Scott because they just got this guy on the cheap. He's got 4 years of control left before he's a free agent. 4 years of cheap. Okay? Yeah, steals. So that's pretty cool. The catcher Alex Jackson born on Christmas Day. That's pretty cool. They can just DFA DJ. My guess is they're probably going to wait and see if he's healthy or not. And if he is, then maybe they'll give him a chance to be a bench player because they are loyal to their players. If not, they'll probably maybe they'll DFA him towards somewhere in the season. So, yeah. Yeah, Cruz has 4 years. He's got 1 more year of pre-ARB and 3 years of ARB. The backup catcher, the Yankees have 5 catchers on the 40-man, right? Let me pull up the 40-man here. Okay, Yankees 40-man roster. The catchers on the 40-man right now are J.C. Escara, Jesus Rodriguez. Well, now they have 4. Jose Trevino and Austin Wells. Trevino's gone. Now they got 3. So, but Jesus Rodriguez is just acquired about a month ago. This could be Siciliano. I'm telling you, this could be a way for them to go get Tanner Scott. They just added a flame-throwing, strikeout right-handed arm to the bullpen on the cheap. Now they don't have to spend all that money again for Estevez and Jeff Hoffman. Now they can go after Tanner Scott. No, this is part of Cashman's master plan that people love to hate on, and he does better than pretty much every other GM. So yeah, Jose Trevino's a Red now, man. Rice can be a backup catcher too. This is true, but my guess is the Yankees will probably wind up acquiring a catcher because now they've got 3 on the 40-man. Because I forgot they traded the catcher away a week ago, got international money for him. So you're right, the catcher could be flipped quickly because he's not on the 40-man. He was a non-roster catcher, so. So this could be a strategic move for Cashman. This guy strikes out a lot of batters, and now he's going to work with Matt Blake. Matt Blake, I trust. But thank you, Jose Trevino, for being a great Yankee. You'll definitely be missed. I echo your sentiments, Tim. So, Jose Trevino, Pete. They just traded away Jose Trevino. Carlos Narvaez. He was sent to the. Was he sent to the Marlins for Jazz Chisholm? Maybe. Jesus Rodriguez is the third catcher. Yeah. Yeah, they got something for Trevino. Yes, they did. A big strikeout arm. He steals. A big strikeout arm. And Rice could be backup catcher too, which that also may make it more likely that they trade for Nate Lowe instead of Paul Goldschmidt because they won't need to platoon Nate Lowe. So, Narvaez went to Boston. That's right. That's right, Steels. You're right. Got that international money. That's right. This is this is a strategic move right here. A sneaky good move by Cashman. Wow. Augustin Ramirez. That's right. Thank you, fake. You're right about that. Augustin Ramirez went for Chisholm. Yep. You know that Cashman's still working, baby. That's right, Steels. You got that right. Yeah, Scar's playing well in Dominican ball. My guess the Yankees will add a catcher now because they're down to 3 on the 40-man now. My guess they'll add one because they went down from 5 to 3. So, yeah, and this is one of the big complaints this year, Steels, right? That we didn't have enough hard throwers, enough big strikeout arms, right? In the bullpen, he just got one on the cheap for Jose Trevino. It's pretty darn good. Yeah, and now that it opens up room to go get somebody like Tanner Scott, and they just added flamethrower Devin Williams too. So, whew. Wow. That's a good question, Davey. I don't know who the backup catcher is going to be. It's a good question. So, they're going to get bats too. But he does, NFE. You know he sucks, man. You know he sucks, bro. Like, the worst GM ever, man. Ever. Like, ever. I'm telling you that, Brother Bill, man. You're on it, bro. On it, man. Every game 1-0, exactly. Yeah, 37% K rate. Yeah. It's pretty darn good. This guy strikes out a lot of guys. It's a big arm that he just got. A big arm. Who's on? Well, we're hearing Paul Goldschmidt for agency or Carl Santana, but now we're hearing the Yankees are in on heavily on Nate Lowe, from Texas. Yeah, Anthony, he just got traded to the Cincinnati Reds. They got a big strikeout arm for the bullpen and another catcher, a non-roster catcher. I'm gonna take a look and reload, refresh here and see if there's anything updated. If you haven't heard, Ken Rosenthal said that Bo Bichette's going to get traded from the Blue Jays. Consigliere, thank you again for super chat. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. May it be merry, may it be happy. Just be safe. Spend time with your loved ones. And I appreciate all yous. Appreciate all yous, man. I'm grateful for every one of yous. I thank you so much, Consigliere. Like Tom Hagen right there. I echo your sentiments 100%. Yeah, NFE, I think they might. Well, Logan Hop-Bat's righty, I think, right? Logan Hop. Let me see if he's Logan Hop. I just had him up here. I think he bats righty. He could be a backup catcher. He could be a backup catcher for the Yankees. He bats right-handed, throws right-handed. Yep. So he could be, somebody that's a platoon with Austin Wells. He could also play first base too. Who's Jackson? It sounds like the Yankees are hard in for Roki. Yeah. It's MLB, Yankees, some affiliate the Yankees are hard on Nate Lowe. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find it. But we already know that he's talking actively with Texas and apparently Tampa too. So, but somebody just put that on next. I don't know how hasn't been corroborated yet, so we'll see. But the guys like Jack Curry and Ken Rosenthal, these folks don't corroborate this type of stuff. They corroborate when stuff is done. So, ladies are good. Ladies are good, my friend. Thank you. 3.6 million, number one. 3.6 million off the payroll for Trevino, and they're bringing back $750K. So essentially $3 million. Yeah. I don't think the Yankees are banking on him too, but I wouldn't rule him out just yet. And again, the longer other starters are not signed, you know. Yeah, John the Beagle. Jose Trevino just got traded to the Reds. Yep. Rose goes. Well, Rose, she trolls us on a regular basis. Huh? But like constantly, we don't attack people. We'll call people out when they try to bullshit us. Right? That's it. Yeah. When you troll us, you're asking for it. Yeah, Trevino. Yeah, we'll see. I don't. Yeah, covered it, Armando. The Yankees got a big strikeout arm for the bullpen and like a non-roster catcher. But Trevino got sent to the Reds. He get to play for Tito over there. Terry Francona joining an up-and-coming team. So Rose, yeah, Rose loves to come here and troll. Alex Jackson, yeah, could be a good, yeah. Exactly, Stephen B. The worst Jim B. Exactly. Yeah. Hop, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hop's pretty solid. Been a solid. Hop's been a pretty solid player. It's nice when we go live and a trade happens, especially when people are complaining that Cashman hasn't been busy trading and a trade happens. That's fantastic. For those that weren't here, the people in the beginning, earlier in this live, people were complaining that Cashman hasn't done anything, despite trading for Bellinger and Devin Williams and signing Max Fried. They were like, this guy hasn't done anything in trades, and what happened? He makes a trade. So it's fantastic. It'd be a sneaky good move, Steels. It'd be a sneaky good move. Yeah, seriously, Graham. Things happen things happen when I go live. It's weird, but it's been happening more often than not, Graham. I can't say that I'm the reason. I think you guys are the reason. You guys bring the good juju here, not me. Yeah, I went live. We got Devin Williams last time I was live. Freaking crazy. So, but again, I'm giving all the credit to you folks, not me. Not me. Yeah, I must be good luck, Yassine. It must be good luck. Fernando Cruz is a reliever from the Reds. He's a hard-throwing reliever, right-handed reliever. He's got like 106 strikeouts in 60 innings or something like that. Yeah, I know, miss. I'm gonna try to go live as much as I can. I have to work it around the girls, man. Having 3 daughters and a job and all that stuff, especially around the holidays, makes it a little tight for the schedule for me. But I will go live as often as I possibly can. I also got to spend time with my wife, so I have to make sure that's a priority too. Yeah, but thank you, Jose Trevino. Thank you. Best of luck in Cincinnati. Really, best of luck in Cincinnati. You know the deal, Massa. You know the deal, brother. I would not want to get hit by that's right, by NFE. I would not want to get hit by NFE. Let's put it that way. Or choked out by NFE. No, thank you. Yeah, they're gonna get they're gonna get a first baseman and either a second baseman or a third baseman. Jose, we don't know yet. Depends on who's got a better, value for the team because Jazz can play either position. Who complements Jazz better on either side of the field? So. The Mets, yeah, I mean the Mets they signed one pitcher, but nah. And if he's talking here, he's the guy to worry about. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. And if he would be my bodyguard. Yeah, this has been a quietly very good. Who has had a bigger offseason so far than the Yankees? Nobody. Nobody. And it doesn't. Every single move does not need to be a superstar move. Doesn't need to be. These are quietly effective moves here. Yeah, Canning from Atlanta. Is it Griffin Canning or something like that? Yeah, I mean, Brother Bill, I'm with you there too. I think Trevino's going to be missed. He'll be missed. He was a good guy here. Yeah. I'll miss him. Oh man, yeah. And if he and I would open up a gym and just put it to these people. Yeah, you're going to need mats on the walls too, not only on the floors, because you're going to be tossed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm telling you. It is a good idea. I like the idea of a troll gym. There's a lot of people who want. There's a lot of people who want Alex Bregman. Nate Lowe is adding Margot Robbie. She's goddess. Yeah, Rodon's got a no trade clause. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. But moving him down to 3 and putting Fried in there at 2, I think is going to be better for Rodon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been really good. Peanut, I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm sorry if I haven't responded. These things, sometimes I miss a lot of comments here, man. My apologies, Peanut. These things scroll so fast sometimes. I miss a lot of stuff. But I'm not mad at you. I have no reason to be mad at you. I'm not mad at anybody. I don't do mad. It's the wasted energy. So I agree, yeah. Piston Soto moving on, and you know what? You know, they're moving on. You know, they're making the team better. Mm-hmm. I would agree too, NFE. Fire was lit on them. They felt like they were used and kind of played by them. So, mm-hmm. Yeah, Tim. I mean, we knew that they were going to meet. He was going to meet with the Mets yesterday, but we didn't know until today that he met with the Yankees also in New York, not in LA, in New York. There's a lot of people out there for the Yankees to get. Yeah, I think a lot of this is going to revolve around Roki Sasaki because again, if you sign a player with a QO before Sasaki makes his decision, your chances go down on Sasaki. It's that simple. There's a direct relationship between QOs and international players. So you sign a QO player, it makes it harder to get an international player. So, and I would agree, man. You add him to that pitching stable, forget it, bad. I'm with you right there, Steels. Yeah. Rosenthal. Well, Rosenthal just said that the Blue Jays are going to trade. He hasn't said that there's a trade in place right now for Bichette, but let me double check on that. Let's see. And by the way, Trevino has a 4 value. This guy Cruz, this pitcher, 15. That is another fleece job by Brian Cashman. He fleeced the Brewers for Devin Williams. He fleeced the Cubs. Now he fleeced the freaking Reds. All National League Central teams. Look at that. He owns an NL Central, baby. Let's go. Now let me see here. But maybe JC Escar makes it as the roster now as the backup catcher. Let me see. Ken Rosenthal. No, you just said earlier that Bo. Nothing. He hasn't reported that there's not a trading agreement yet on Bo yet, but doesn't sound like it. Not yet, at least. So that must be a rumor being peddled by someone else. Well, Mark, they just added a right-handed flamethrower to the bullpen with 4 years of control. So, and which makes it easier. So, because think about it, people saying like with Devin Williams, they were saying you got to go after Hoffman You got to go after Estevez and blah, blah, blah. Now they don't have to because those guys are going to cost probably up almost $15 million a year. Now they can pivot. They don't have any lefty relievers. They can go after Tanner Scott more aggressively. Say they just added this guy on the cheap. So it's a way of reallocating the funds in a smart way. And they cleared off a couple more $1 million in payroll by moving Trevino. So this is a smart trade by Cashman. My goodness. My gosh. Yeah. He's got good stuff, man. Man, that's a good trade. I'll take it. I'm telling you, McMahon. Fleece is white as snow. Damn right, man. Cashman had a little lamb. Little lamb. Yeah. Imagine fleecing the Pirates or Jerry. Oh, my God. Now you're talking dirty to me. You see, now you're talking dirty to me. Come on. I like the dirty talk, but come on. My hopes up, man. Yeah. It sounds as if Stroman's going to get traded. But we'll see. If he does get traded, I expect him to add another pitcher. One way or another, rookie or not. You know, then they may go get Walker Buehler or Jack Flaherty or something like that. Yeah, Beagle. Seems like they're just incrementally clearing payroll. Now they trade Grisham. That's another $5 million off the books. And there's a lot of teams who would pay somebody to be a starting outfielder with an elite glove for $5 million because now Teoscar is going to cost 20 plus a year, and he's a terrible outfielder. Anthony Santana is going to cost 20 to 25 a year. He's not a great outfielder either. Grisham's better than all these guys defensively. He's better than Profar defensively. He's better than pretty much everybody defensively. So somebody would pay a fraction for Grisham to be either a starter or a fourth outfielder. So depends on what people are thinking about, like how do they value these players? Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I have a feeling. I don't know, Matt. I heard the Astros say today they weren't going to trade Framber Valdez, but we'll see. I mean, that could be speculation too. And Bohm could be. I mean, look, he could play first base too. Bohm. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. He's got 2 more years. Steals 15 per. Yeah. Maybe they wait a little bit longer. Maybe insurance can pick up his contract, but it doesn't really matter. Even if insurance is paying for it, it's still applied towards their payroll. It's still applied towards that number. So even if it's not coming out of their pockets, until it's off the books, it still applies towards their payroll. They were worried about Flaherty's back and anybody showed to be healthy. So, but I don't know. It could be Walker Buehler. It could be someone else too. It could be a guy like the guy from the Pirates, Jones. So you never know. You never know. If they're gonna do a multiplayer trade with the Rangers, if Young is available, then that's the only one that makes sense from the Rangers. So, to me, yeah, I don't know if they're going to fleece the Cardinals, but it's worth a try. Yeah. No, they're not going to trade Hill. I mean, they might trade Schmidt for Bohm, but not Hill, Graham. Yeah, little by little, this is improving around the margins, but that's a bullpen. He's very good at constructing bullpens, man. My God. Glaber again. It's too much. Exactly, Tim. Oh, man, is Cashman calling? Oh, shit, this guy's going to fleece me, isn't he? Yeah, the Rays trade would be nice. I have a feeling. I think Texas would be more likely trade partner, but you never know. Yeah, Christian Walker signed with the Houston Astros today, Jose. 3 years, $60 million. And I do think somebody will give Grisham a chance. There's a lot of teams who need an outfielder like him. And he deserves more playing time. He does. Rangers can have Stroman and Warren. If they will take that, I'll drive those guys there. Steals. I'll pick you up if you want. We can drive there together. Yeah. Just Nate Lowe, probably Oswaldo Cabrera, and maybe another pitching prospect or something like that. Because Cabrera can play first base, and then I think they need relievers, Mark Leiter Jr. or something like that. Now that they've added this guy, it makes it easy to trade Mark Leiter Jr. or something like that, or Ian Hamilton, since they've added this guy. So think about it that way too. Rangers need pitching. Makes it easy to trade a reliever to the Rangers. No news on Teoscar. He's just in waiting mode, Jose. He's in waiting mode. A lot of these folks. I would think, I would agree with you, Steels. I don't think they're going to bring back Canely. I like Canely, but I don't think they're going to bring him back. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? And I do think Stroman gets moved. Gangstar. I love Gangstar. That Brother Bell. Love Gangstar. Oh, yeah. The Guru. Efrost is another guy. He's got controllable years. Oh. Here we go, man. It's got the perfect thumbnail. Love it. Send it over, bro. Yeah, Hill, I think they're going to try and re-sign. It sounds like they've been working on that for like a month. I don't know what's taking them so long, but yeah. How far am I from 22K NFE? As of tonight, I am I need 44 subs to get to 22K. 44 subs to get to 22K. So if anybody in it's not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And hit your notifications. Just make sure that you know exactly when news comes in, you'll get it. So I appreciate all these. 44 subs, baby. Any big name? We don't know. And this is the thing, 420. The Yankees don't leak. I mean, I appreciate that, Lewis. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I mean, dude, yeah, exactly. If we got Tanner Scott and Roki Sasaki, thank you. Yeah. If you got Tanner Scott and Roki Sasaki, man, oh my God. That would be a beast. Beast of an offseason for the Yankees. Cashman might have to give him. He might have to bring Luca Brasi with him or something like that. Yeah. Give him an offer you can't refuse. Yeah. But I agree. These are these sneaky moves and Cashman just makes. Like, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But we have to replace offensively Soto's production and Torres' production and even Verdugo's production. You add those three of them up, that's a lot of offense they have to put forth back. Bellinger's a good start, but they need to add two more bats. So, yep, De Los Santos, Yandris Gomez, they have depth. They have depth. Yeah, they got 3 on the 40-man right now. Cash. And I love it. If you can get Young and Nate Lowe from Texas, yeah. And I'll make sure I have Grace Monroe on here with me so she can dance and sing her happy tune for that one, because she'd be a huge happy lady. She'd be a happy gal that night if they did that in the Yankees. And I'd love to celebrate with her here. It would be fantastic. Cashman with a ski mask over his face. Like he's going into robbing a bank or something like that. Trade Luis Hill and Stroman for starting pitching. Luis Hill is a starting pitcher. Trade 2 starting pitchers for 1, Jose? Why would they do that? And what starting pitcher would they get? Hampton, Warren, Cabrera, Stroman. You're giving them 3 pitchers there, and you're giving them an infield, a utility for Nate. Yeah, I mean, if you can do that. And with all these trades the Yankees have made, they have not traded one top 10 prospect yet. Not one. And they got one of the best relievers in baseball, Yeah, Cody Bellinger. Oh my God, he's not playing, man. Yeah, well, exactly, Ken. That's pretty much the only pitcher you'd move him for. But why the hell would the Tigers trade Scooble, right? So they're going to try to add. I could see Flaherty going back to the Tigers too. That I can see. Why are you not happy with it? 2 draft picks for Walker, and you have to give up $1 million in international money, meaning it would be almost impossible for them to sign Roki Sasaki. They'd pretty much take Roki Sasaki out of the equation if they sign Walker. TWC, would you be happy with that? I wouldn't pick Walker over Sasaki. And keep this in mind too with Walker. Let's just say he starts declining next year, and the Yankees want to bring in Kyle Tucker or something like that. Bringing in a guy like that for multiple years makes it harder to get other guys. I mean, I liked Walker too, but I understand why they didn't do it. It made sense. So, but I don't want to. I don't want to think. I don't want to treat him like he's Lou Gehrig or Frank Thomas. He's good, but he's not Mark Teixeira. So I understand why they didn't do it because they still have a lot more holes to address. Right now, Randy, they have $6.2 million international money. Yeah, Mark, 6.2. Fernando Cruz, I think he's going to be a good one here. Matt Blake's going to work something with him there. It's a big one. Well, Dream, yeah. I mean, I would say the same thing. You'd have to add Roderick Arias as well as Oswaldo because Oswaldo would be your stopgap, right? Arias is probably 2 years away from the majors, and then you can transition from Cabrera to Arias, and you can even move Cabrera to a different position when Arias is ready for the majors. So it gives them 2 years with guys with a lot of controllable years. So, and Arias' service clock hasn't even started yet. Oswaldo Cabrera just recently started, so he's got at least 4 years left of control. Oswaldo. Schmidt for Bohm might be an option. Schmidt for Bohm, I've heard somebody mention that before. It's an intriguing possibility. I think if they bring in Roki, then it makes it easier to move Schmidt. I like Schmidt, but it makes it easier to move him. So, yeah, he's got a ridiculously high K rate. Yeah. Damn right, man, Mazza. Fucking tornado right now. Yeah, we talked about that, Alan. He got traded to the Reds for a power reliever and a backup catcher. It's a good trade for the Yankees. He's like a fleece job. But thank you again, Jose Trevino, for doing what you did here with the Yankees. We appreciate it. Hi, Sun Kim. Nothing yet, Mr. Persky. I know he's part of his posting period too. Hi, Sun Kim. Now, Ha-Sung is the one that's right here with the Padres. Hai-Sung is another guy here. So, nothing, no news on that yet. He's from Korea, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is a good. So far, the Yankees are in a good spot. They're in a good spot. Why are the Yankees getting again? Well, they only have 3 on the 40-man now. They have 5 before. They traded away 1. They traded away 2. That's why the Yankees there. And this is a backup catcher. Like, he might not even be on the 40-man. The key part of that trade was the big reliever. The big reliever. Well, exactly. Roki's going to prevent a lot of teams from signing a player with a QL. It's not only the Yankees, it's other teams too. Yankees, right now I'm going to say it's 25 to 30%, but it could be higher for all we know. But you might have to do Schmidt. You might have to go Schmidt and Oswaldo Peraza and Roderick Arias for Relo and Jung. I don't think they'll get Seager, Hayden. I doubt it'll get Seager, and I wouldn't want Seager. He's too expensive. I'd rather get Josh Jung if they could. Yeah, he's 34, but he's like got a late start, and he's got a big arm, so he's got 4 years of control on the cheap steals. So I'm okay with him being 34, especially if he's a reliever, so he won't break down like a starter would. And he's a big dude. He's a big boy. Yeah. Finnegan's another one. National reliever. They non-tendered him. He's another one. I think they need a left-handed reliever at this point. And they need a lefty reliever. I'm all about Tanner Scott. One's talking about Josh Bell. Oh, now we need 40 subs to get the 22K. 40. Got 4 tonight. Thank you, guys. John Hamm said the Yankees have focus. Yeah, Goldie and Santana. That's what I'm hearing too. Yeah. They apparently they've come to a stalemate with the extension with Toronto right now with Vlad. So I would not trade. No, I would not trade Hill and Spencer Jones. No way. Not for 1 year of Vlad. Hell no. Never. No way. I wouldn't do it. Duran would be okay. From Texas, I would prefer Young and Low. If I could, ask for anybody from Texas, CJS, be those guys, Young and Low. I'm kind of not barely lukewarm on the other guys. Carlos Santana's a Gold Glove. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we can extend Devin too. I think so. I'm a pass on Luis Rengifo. I just switch here, but injury prone. I never really was super high on him. And no, the Yankees are not done, Jonas. They still have 2 infielders to get and a lefty reliever to get. They're not done. They're far from it. People thought it was like the end of the world when Soto left, but look what the Yankees have done so far. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let Vlad go to the Mets. Let him go to the Mets. See, Jess, we're always here, baby. Always here. You know that. A trade with the Rangers is, it's probable. I don't know how likely it is, but we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. The Mets haven't won one since 86, 38 years. Yeah, Roki Saki is going to be a big get for some team. That's for sure. Not yet, Lou. It's not yet better than last year, but they have 2 months to go. Spencer Jones, traded for who? Tim, who do you think Spencer Jones is going to get traded for? And why do you say that? Devin Williams, maybe 4 years, 60 million, something like that, CJ. That's my guess, if I had to guess. Look, the Mets give Soto all that money, and look what they're doing around him. They're putting Band-Aids around him, right? The same exact thing that people thought the Yankees were going to do. If they signed Soto, it'd be Soto and no one else. Look what the Yankees, they're filling lots of holes now. Intelligently, too. So, adding depth in areas, adding athleticism, versatility, guys that want to be here. So, that's a good thing, too. Be better for the team atmosphere, the team morale. Yeah, man. Yeah. He wanted to go where the money was, so be it. That's fine. Go right ahead. Enjoy the Mets. Man, Bregman might not be gone just yet. Might not be gone just yet. Fan-sided? Sometimes. Why? What are you seeing on fan-sided? Let's see. What are you seeing on there on fan-sided? Yeah, Nate Lowe's solid. Maybe some of them. I don't know how many of them. Jacob Petruzzi. There he is. What's up, brother? What is good? So, if you haven't heard, Jacob, Jose Trevino got traded to the Reds. For anybody else that is in here that hasn't heard either, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets brought back Pete Alonso or Sean Manaea. They have to. I'm not sure Devin Williams will cost that much, suggest, but you never know. 245 likes. All right, let's get to 250. Oh, yeah. He'll sign a first baseman or trade for a first baseman, John. He's going to get 2 infielders, a first baseman and either a second baseman or a third baseman. The Ace is in the building. What's up, brother? What is good? Ace, I don't know if you've heard, Trevino got traded to the Reds. Jose Trevino. Well, JC Escar's got a good shot at being the backup DM. But maybe they'll trade for a catcher too. Maybe they'll sign a catcher. I think Tucker Barnhart's available, so you never know who else is out there. So tanking the season to get, yeah, I don't know, Lewis. You never know. Wait, Cadzilla, what? 2-year contract with former first baseman Colt. Where do you see that? Where do you see that? Hold on. Hold on here. Hold on here. You might be right. Hold on. It looks like the Yankees are bringing in Paul Goldschmidt, too. It's not done. Doesn't seem like it's done yet. I'm not seeing corroboration yet or confirmation, but I haven't found it yet either. I'm looking for the official reporting here. Hold on. That could be two pieces of news here. I haven't seen anything yet. Yeah. Cadzilla usually doesn't troll though, so where'd you see that, Cadzilla? The Mets are definitely gonna have to overpay for free. Yeah. And most teams, Goldie's 37. I think you can probably get Goldie for 1 year. Yeah, I mean you definitely need a source. Yeah, that's what I heard too. MLB is saying too. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything corroborating it yet. Somebody could be jumping a gun here too, but let's see. Yep, and 2 of the highest strikeout relievers now are with the Yankees now. This guy Cruz and Devin Williams. They added some serious. Hold on, Jeff Passan. Hold on. Is this the Passan, real Passan, or Passan imposter? Is this a Passan imposter here? Yeah, I'm not seeing a Passan. Hold on. I'm not seeing Jeff Passan. It could be a Passan imposter. Yep. Yeah, the imposter, right? Yeah, I figured as much. Look at Passan's last name. Passan was with an A, not an O. Passon is the imposter. Fake account, right? Yep. Trolling people. They get people on social media. That's why we're on top of this stuff. Yeah. Let's see, Bo Bichette. I mean, Bo Bichette definitely had a down year. He definitely had a down year. Let's see. Yeah, no. Nothing yet. Yeah, Murakami, I think they're definitely going to be in. Barstool Hubs, I did hear about. I have heard about them as a. Not yet, Jose. But again, people wanted Christian Walker. He's not much older than Christian Walker. Nate Lowe would be a good guy to get. Nate Lowe would be a good guy to get. Yeah, of course people are ragging on it. Of course. Tommy Kahnle's a free agent right now, Eddie Capo. Free agent. Yeah, I heard Suzuki's going to meet with the Cubs too. Yeah, he's doing his due diligence. And you got a Japanese pitcher over there, Shota Minaga, so there's that. I reported that Jeff passed an imposter. I did report him. It's definitely Boone's fault and Cashman's fault for that imposter on Goldschmidt. Mark, you know that, man. You gotta fire Boone and fire Cashman for these imposter accounts, man. You gotta do it, man. But look at that. Look, we're live again. Another trade, right? Like, Barstool Hubs. Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't trade for Ian Happ, and I don't think they can trade for Stephen Kwan. I don't think Kwan's available. Dombrowski says the Phillies haven't been invited to the table. I heard some ridiculous report earlier say that they boo players in New York out of passion, but they boo players in Philly out of racism. Some ridiculous report. Now, I haven't seen any corroboration on that either. Let me see. Don't know who this guy is, Hubs. Maz, I don't know who that is, man. I want the Yankees to sign Tanner Scott, Eric, for the bullpen. And hopefully Roki Sasaki. We don't know yet, Michael. Who's going to be the backup catcher? It's a good question. We don't know. Yeah, if you can get Young and Lowe for that, yeah, sign me up. The Rangers need pitching. And they're in a little bit of a financially precarious spot with their TV deal and all that stuff. So the Yankees might have to eat a little bit of Stroman's money, but if you can get that, shit, Lowe and Young for Oswaldo, Arias, Hampton, Stroman. Mm-hmm. Mets need to get past the Phillies too, and the Braves. They're both going to be better. Acuna's back now with the Braves. He's been working out hard. I've seen some footage of his training, and the Phillies are going to be pretty good too. They just added Max Kepler yesterday. Yeah, I mean they're looking into Naylor, but I don't know what the price is going to be. Yeah, Beagle, we got Fernando Cruz and Alex Jackson for Trevino. Mm-hmm. And you might be right, Graham. He could be a flip piece, that catcher. He could be a flip piece, but not the reliever. The reliever is going to stay here. Maybe for Tanner Scott, 3 years, 45. You're going to have to pay close to that for either Jeff Hoffman or Carlos Estevez. So, yeah. Yeah. Sunil, did you hear the Yankees traded Jose Trevino to the Reds? Equalizer. With the Queen Latifah? Is that the Equalizer series? Yeah, man. Yeah, Josh Young would be a good young fit. He's 26 years old. He's got 4 years of control left. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Youth and controllable years. Cashman's good at trading for people controllable years. I'm not frozen. You all can hear me, right? You can see me? Yeah, young and low would be huge. Leiter Jr. I mean, I like Leiter Jr. too, but now that they got this guy today, Cruz, they could trade Leiter Jr. They could trade Ian Hamilton or something like that. The Goldie News was fake. It was by Jeff Passan Imposter Steals. Jeff Passan, Passon. That's the imposter. The real Jeff Passan is Passan. So I reported him. I blocked him. All right, good, Hawaiian. Good. Seems like everybody's okay over here, Peanut. Yeah, man, Cashman. I'm telling you, man. He's a player, kleptomaniac. He just be stealing players, man. Shoot. You've got Clayton Beater as well, and I think he'll be a valuable piece for this bullpen too. And he's young. His service time hasn't even started yet. So, makes it easy to move on from Leiter Jr. and some of these other guys. So, Cashman's pulling off these sneaky good moves right now. Yeah, be careful on that snow, Mazza. I wasn't caught in it today. He is an undercover mobster. He's like, dude is like almost like Michael Corleone. Michael Corleone of GMs, man. Just like quiet, but deadly in the background. It's just that's the way Michael Corleone is, man. Loizaga too. He's back. Steals, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Blake, yeah. Beater's gonna be, I think, a good fit here. Welcome back, Peanut. Welcome back, brother. Yep. Yeah, man. But that's what we got tonight, gang. So I'm gonna let you go. Go enjoy your night. Rice could get traded. He could be part of a first base package. Or like one of the trade to the Rays or the trade to the Rangers. He could go. Mm-hmm. They still have TJ Rumfield. They've got all these other guys too. So Yankees have other players that were not taken in the Rule 5 draft. They could replace Ben Rice with at first base. So something to keep it going. John, I appreciate all of these, but I'll be live before Christmas. So, but have a great weekend. If something comes out tomorrow, I'll be live again tomorrow night. But if I don't see you, as always, my love to all of you is have a wonderful holidays, happy and merry. Enjoy, and appreciate all of you. I thank you. And again, hit the likes on the way out, hit the sub on the way out if you haven't subscribed yet. Greatly appreciate it. And turn your notifications on because I want to make sure you know everything that happens, just like it did tonight, baby. Love you, gang. Over and out.